Creating system architecture diagrams as code can greatly enhance collaboration, documentation, and version control. One popular tool for this purpose is Diagrams, a Python library that allows you to create cloud system architecture diagrams using code. What is Diagrams? Diagrams is a Python library that helps you draw cloud system architecture diagrams. It supports various cloud service providers and tools, making it easy to visualize architectures involving resources from Azure, kubernetes, and many others. Installation. Before you start, you need to install the Diagrams library. You can do this using pip-bash pip install diagrams. Basic usage. Here's a simple example of how to use the Diagrams library to create system architecture diagrams. I Example scenario. Let's say we want to visualize a simple web application architecture that includes a user accessing the application via a web browser, a load balancer, 2 web servers, a database. Step-by-step guide. 1. Import the necessary modules from the Diagrams library. Define the diagram context. Add components to the diagram. Render the diagram to a file. Code example. Python from producer I will Buyer, 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 bio review to 0 bell, tail bell, bio reserve, bio turbo, power, bio do you do you do you do you do do you do you do you do you well. Well, Imports. We import the diagram class and components from the OS module. The components represent various OS resources. Context manager. We use a with statement to define the context of the diagram. The string passed to diagram will be the title of the diagram. Components. We instantiate components like elb, ec2, androids to represent the load balancer, web servers, and database respectively. Connections. The operator is used to represent connections between components, indicating the flow of data or requests. Rendering. The diagram is automatically rendered and saved in the working directory when the code is executed. The show true parameter opens the diagram after bit is created. Running the code to generate the diagram, simply save the above code in a Python file, e.g. architecture diagram py, and run it bash python architecture diagram p. After executing the script, you should see a new file created in your working directory, typically named simple web application architecture p. The diagram will also open automatically if show true. Customization diagrams also allow for customization, such as adding labels to connections. Styling components and connections. Using different cloud providers by changing the import statements, you can switch between OS, Azure, Gits. Conclusion. Using the diagrams library in Python is an effective way to create system architecture diagrams. It provides a programmatic approach to creating diagrams, which can be easily maintained and version controlled. By integrating this with script pipelines, you can even automate the generation of architecture documentation based on your code base. Feel free to explore more features of the diagrams library through official documentation hubs, diagrams, mingrammer.com. Happy diagramming.